this was the album I was most excited for this weekend. Uncle Waffles released Solace. This was a 42-minute Piano album. If you don't know who Uncle Waffles is, she's an Piano DJ from South Africa, and that I think that this project was definitely a step up from the last project. Piano was something that's definitely not a hard sell, but if you haven't gotten into house music prior or into Piano prior, there is like a little, like, not a barrier to entry, but it's like you have to really give it a chance. And I love this project. I've been bumping it all week, and I wanted to use it to talk about like the music industry's live music problem or live concert problem, right? We've talked about on here prior how much the how prices of tickets are increasing, how prices of touring is increasing, and how this sort of plays into how labels think they can't break a star today, and they're having trouble with that. And when I watch like Uncle Waffles online, and I go watch, like, if you've seen one of her sets online, it's very interesting the way that she has that crowd control. You know what I mean? Like watching her behind the turntables and then get out in front of the turntables and do like a whole dance set. Like she has like this interesting crowd control that I feel like, I guess, hip hop and rap doesn't really have today. You know what I mean? And I think um part of the problem with the live industry is because it costs so much, like you can't really get to see all the artists you want to see if they're all going on tour, just because, unless they're at a festival. And so I think the DJ or the producer DJ provides like a real opportunity to sort of introduce new artists to new audiences, but also like create events that people will pay for. It's still really early, but I think over the next 5 to 10, we're gonna see more DJs, like, really corner markets and take over. And I think Uncle Waffles has that opportunity. I think once we start seeing more rappers on Piano beats, like, not Afro beats artists, because that's already happening. But once we see more rappers on Piano beats, I think that this whole new lane for, like, live events is gonna take off.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that? When I was at Lala, I felt like everywhere I turned, there was a different DJ, a different producer, or just somebody on stage that wasn't a traditional, like, just artist who wasn't sitting there rapping or singing or something like that. And I felt like last year I kind of noticed like kind of a shift with it, but this year I feel like it's like, oh, it was like a really big thing. And I was thinking the same thing, that producers and DJs are really going to be like a really big thing for the next couple of years. Cause if you see how much support that they were getting versus like the rap sets. I mean, obviously Key got Kendrick, they had a lot of people there, but like the smaller rappers versus like the smaller EDM artists that you hadn't really heard before, I feel like they had a lot of like people at their sets. And I do feel like even the breaking artists, because there was a song that he did with an artist I hadn't even heard of. And he had
Who?
produced in the background this guy named Fred again. Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah, Freddie. That's so crazy that you said that. Keep going, but I'll say it. Alright.
Yeah, but I hadn't heard of him until that concert, and he had played a bunch of stuff. He had did a Lil Baby remix, he had a Future remix, and he had introduced this new artist to me that I hadn't heard before, and they dropped a song actually Friday that I really messed with. But
Who? Do you
Fred
remember the
again.
artist name? No, the
I
artist
couldn't
that
pronounce I couldn't pronounce the name. Yeah.
I can look it
Um
up. Adore You, Freddie. Yeah, I don't know who that
yeah.
is.
Yeah, I think he's from he sounded like he was British, so I think he was from the UK. But
Yeah, I just, FKA Twigs?
yeah.
Yeah, she has a song with, and this is such a weird combo, but it was FKA Twigs, Heady One, and Fred again. And I just found that song yesterday on a random. It was so fire. But yeah, I think that rap, I don't know. I feel like music, everything's on a pendulum, right? Everything swings too far one way and then too far the other way, too far one way. And I think, before rap, we had funk, we had soul, like it was a lot more dance, a lot of house music then too. And I think rap became the most dominant genre, and it just sort of swung back in the other direction where it's like now you on stage and it's like, think about Did you see the 50 Cent concert at all? Like, in Brooklyn when he was bringing all those people out?
No.
He brought out so many people. He brought out Pitbull, he brought out J. Cole, he brought out A Boogie, he brought
Oh,
out
yeah,
Fat Joe.
yeah. I
He was
heard
bringing out all
about
these
him.
people, and it was lit, but, like, if you think about a rap show, like, have you seen the memes of, like, yo, people at rap shows just
Yeah.
like, that's what it is, and I remember a couple years ago when I got into Kaytranada, I was like, "Oh, this is the solution for rap." You know what I mean? Like, people getting people to the live events and getting them excited at the live events is so hard, and DJs have more of a pulse on what makes people move than anybody because they're just playing records that they're looking at the crowd's reaction. So the producer DJs, I think, are gonna run the next couple years, and so I just wanted to give a couple of them that I think people should look into to sort of give an example of what I'm talking about because I think in hip hop, I don't wanna say we have bad examples of this now, but we don't have examples that are serving that purpose, like getting people to dance and move again. Like DJ Khaled isn't doing that. Uh, DJ Drama isn't doing that. They do their own thing in their own right. But I want to say, if you're looking for art, producer DJs that are in this vein that we're talking about, I would say start with K Tronada, and then I would say look at DJ Spinall. I would also say look at Uncle Waffles. Hers is a little different because she's doing it on my piano, but I think I just there's something about On My Piano, bro, where I just think it's not gonna be a wave, like, it's gonna be a mainstay in music just because of the sonics. But I'll just start with those 3, Kaytranada, DJ Spinall, and then, Uncle Waffles. But I'm excited about it. I think, going back and listening to old Afrobeat and then listening to house music today, it's like, if I understand it. It's more like a vibe, bro. You just throw it on in the back, like while you cleaning the house, you cooking or whatever. Like the songs be 7, 8, 9 minutes. So it's not something that you just like play that you play and it's gonna be hook verse, and it's over. It's just a vibe. So if you can get behind that, I would definitely go check those out.